folks, happy Sunday. So I already gave you guys a little picture update on Katie. She's doing okay. I got to figure out how to keep that top and bottom wound from scabbing over too much so it can drain. I'm going to talk to North Point about that tomorrow. So pretty much I've been doing the pills only routine once a day to keep Katie knocked out and from moving around too much. She's very like hyper, if she doesn't get exercise, which some of you probably used to see me on Ponderosa Way running her beside the Cadillac. She gets up to like 22 miles an hour is what I speed up to, or used to speed up to keep up with her, and then slows down to about 16, 17. So anyway, she's very much used to being exercised and this and that and the other, and it's killing her just to rest. So here's kind of what I want to do. I'm going to get into just if she lives and, basically she isn't too far off, this is what I'd like to see from all parties involved. Look, folks, I'm going to go ahead and submit to get my $1,200 back from what I spent at Country Corners to the Sheriff's Department. It was their deputy who shot her. I don't believe us taxpayers should have to pay for it, I'll be adding into another part of this here in a minute, why I think might be a good remedy for this, and a lot of you do. That's kind of where I'm pulling this from. I'm not a sue-happy person. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in suing. This could definitely be enough money from something like this if I were to sue that I could build my cannabis healing center. But I don't believe that that's a good way to start off on the karma for that sort of a thing. To heal people with the money would be better than me just going and blowing it on cocaine and hookers, I guess. But Rachel Exton would probably murder me if I did that anyway. But anyway, what I'd like to see happen, as long as Katie is okay, is I'd actually, I know that deputy Deary knew he screwed up when he did it. And I wasn't very nice. He started trying to be very nice as soon as the dog lived, and he had realized what he'd done. I think it was really a reaction thing based on the fact that my father-in-law said he didn't hesitate. Those men and women on the Sheriff's Department and in our armed forces put their life on the line every day. And when you run at an elevated level of adrenaline like that, sometimes stupid shit happens. Now, of course, I want to make a bunch of jokes like, make a meme with Wendell looking like Andy Griffith and Deputy Deary looking like Don Knotts and him handing him one bullet. But, we're not going to do that. We're not going to haze the officer. But our deputy, what I'd like to see is I'd like to see Deputy Deary, even if he has to pay back the Sheriff's Department through animal control donations for a long time, I would like to see Deputy Deary pay for Katie's medical treatments out of his own pocket. I think that that's fair. I don't think that the solution is to get rid of him, unless, of course, like I said, I defer to Wendell and, Lieutenant Spears and some of these men I've seen grow up and make mistakes when they were younger, like myself, but overall try to grow up and become a good person who is a good steward to this community. Now, if he's an idiot and been messing up a lot, please, by God, use this to fire him. But I think the fact that everybody's going to be watching him now, making sure you don't shoot their dog and, this and that, I think we have the opportunity to have one of the best deputies we've ever seen in our lives around here. Because I don't know about you normal folks, but this guy right here, I learn from mistakes better than I do from my own victories. It's my mistakes being made that make me not want to make them anymore. And I think that that's probably true for a lot of people. Nobody wants to be a habitual screw up. So that's what I would like to see with that. As far as Country Corners goes, many of you, along with me, believe I'm entitled to all or at least part of a refund based on that service and stuff. Now, I am going to go ahead and release that audio. I'm going to release it for a couple of reasons, folks. I let Rachel Exton, my girlfriend, listen to that, and she said the doctor definitely came off as, I quote, bitchy. So, I want to let you guys go ahead and listen to that. I did put it to a vote. That's what you guys wanted me to do. But I'm going to play it for another reason. I think Dr. Sullivan's going through an incredible amount of stress right now. And the fact that she composed herself in that message as well as she did, even if it was kind of like an asshole, it wasn't nearly as compassionate as it could have been. I've taken over many businesses managing them for people who've burned out, ladies and gentlemen, and I think the doc loves the animals, but I think she's burned out on dealing with people, and I can't blame her. Why do you think I want to live on the woods and grow cannabis and have a cannabis healing center where I treat, sick people and drug patients, and now I'm thinking about a way to treat sick dogs there. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and play that. But what I'd like to see her do is any refund she sees coming back my way, which I think it would be fair if she just charged me at cost for the supplies and ate the labor and the x-rays and all that stuff. I mean, they did stabilize Katie, but there was an agreement. And then long before, when I first started taking Katie for monthly nail trims to Country Corners, and then added a guinea pig and the vaccines when she pushes them, because of course I'm going to vaccinate the dog against that shit. I regret not being able to buy most of those things over the counter at Tractor Supply like we could a long time ago, but whatever, I'll pay the piper. But I feel like she should eat the rest of that and also donate it to Yuba County Sheriff's Department Animal Control back in, so you guys don't have to pay for it. That's kind of what I think. And maybe if she could do it, get with animal control. Maybe they need food at her cost, or vaccines, or something else that she can do. There's no reason why those animals in there should suffer because Deputy Deary shot her, and the negligence seen shortly after at Country Corners Veterinarian Clinic. And I think that releasing that under these contexts on that audio, which might be sometime this week, it might actually help you, Doc. A lot of people, they just, they don't get it. And I really want to thank, basically, if we do this, I don't want my dog to die. That means basically I'm going to be the only one. I'll guarantee I'm not going to sue is Yuba County Sheriff's Department, plain and simple. But I want change, and I was thinking, maybe some noise-making alarms or air horns or something might be a way of benefiting a non-lethal way for officers to use, like those personal alarms that let out that hellacious siren until you put the pin back in. I think that would deter a dog. I have way less quality hearing than a dog, and it drives me nuts. So anyway, I want to work on this. And then also, because Katie's used cannabis all of her life, I'm curious if UC Davis would like to take her on as some sort of study to see how the body heals from a gunshot wound compared to other stuff, or whatever. It's really crazy how quickly she's healing. And I've used, all animals seek out cannabis. I had a horse rip off part of its face on barbed wire eating my fresh cannabis out of a garden years ago. Our wiener dog, who my mom and dad had, and we had as a family for years, would go eat it right off of the plant. They seek it out, bears, deer, so if anything good can come from this through medical studies, I would like to do that. I don't want this to be a wasted moment in time where we don't get better as a community from it. And that's what I want to see happen, Anyway, thank you to the Sheriff's Department for stepping up to the plate and doing the right thing and paying for this treatment. Thank you for North Point. And thank all of you for your support. They're always trying to peg away at my ability to make change around here. And I know that it comes from you people who are my neighbors in one form or another and live in this community with me, who are tired of shit. I've replicated what I do here at work at Amazon as far as building teams and, stepping up to the plate when others are scared and being a voice for them. And I want to be a voice for you guys on this. This isn't the first time, my father-in-law and I both said it was like being in one of those YouTube videos where a dog gets shot by a cop. Let's not do that here anymore. Let's have Yuba County be a good example of what we can be and what we should be, instead of being the status quo like everybody else. Love you guys. God bless you. Please keep praying for my dog.